Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out here. We're here to talk Liverpool Football Club. You guys already know the content coming today. We let you guys know yesterday, 6 p.m. It was going to be Husam x James Redmond. And 11, we've got A-listers coming up as well. So we've got so much coming your way. So, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay, please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. I don't want to keep interrupting Husam x James Redmond to tell you to like the video. Just like the video, innit? So slap that like button. Subscribe to This is Football if you're ready to do so. Keep getting involved in the comment section down below. James Redmond is hot, says James looks too young in this thumbnail. Eh? We do want to violate him again. Yo, why is Wisdom in my chat chanting Redmond's name? Me and you have beef. I'm still waiting for that DM apology, by the way. Big up Nilet Pal, Cave, big up Leighton, big up everyone in the chat. Man like Double T, man like Red, White, and Red. Big up to Revenite. Love you all, man. Get them likes up, subscribe to the channel, and let me introduce the panelist, of course. He's on the thumbnail. This time he doesn't look old as hell. You know, he looks regular. Joining us on the channel, of course, is the man, the myth, the legend. Here to talk absolutes and not if, buts, or maybes. The man with a method to the madness. Man like James Redmond. How are you doing, James, man? You really are skinny, aren't you?
I'm that guy. I am that guy.
It's
Can you deny I'm the guy?
Probably got more muscle mass in my traps than your whole body. But hey, game's the game.
Bet you're not beating an arm wrestle. Bet you.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
I am a deceptively strong guy.
Did you not learn anything about people with beards and cauliflower ears?
That you're a muppet.
Where's Connor?
Connor.
Tapped out.
Oh, you're talking about Conor McGregor?
Wow, look at this guy violating you. Yo, Cafe, you're wrong for that. But said no bicep.
Are you talking? Is he a robosexual?
He is.
You're not, are you?
No, I'm not.
Because you're a stupid guy. Yeah. Because you're a dumb guy. Hey, by the way,
anyway,
the guys with beards. Wait there.
What?
Do guys with beards also come along with dumbness? Is that what we do here? Because some of the shouts that you come up with, especially that one saying Robertson shit, I think that's something that we've got to say. No.
How about your Endo shout?
What about my Endo shout? What was it?
Why is he on the bench even when McAllister was in Bolivia?
Why is he on the bench even when McAllister was in Bolivia? Why don't you ask the manager? That weren't me, was it? Was it me?
There you are. Point proven.
How was that a point proven?
Okay, listen. I don't want to fight from the start, James. Listen,
can we just admit that was poor from you? A poor attempt at a W. That was poor from you, wasn't it?
That was for the chess. That was for the chess. I jinxed him and he scored a goal. Now, before we get to, I will speak on Robertson.
Also, why did you say Conor McGregor? Conor McGregor has got a beard also, and he tapped out. So, are you saying guys with beards tap out?
No. You're Conor McGregor and I'm Khabib.
How are you Khabib?
Because I've got the beard and a cauliflower ear.
Doesn't Conor McGregor Doesn't Conor McGregor have a beard as well?
No, he didn't have a beard when he fought Khabib.
He had a beard.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
it was short, way short, not like this.
That was Dustin Poirier.
No. I know. Conor had a small.
No, Husam, go and look it up. Conor McGregor had a beard for that fight
right now because his beard was short when he fought Khabib.
He had a beard. I'm just saying, there's no.
But it was short.
To your argument. Big up the chat, guys. Gotta smash those likes. We know that it's cooking sessions anytime that me and Husam are in the building. I agree with Ultra 3 style swordsman, by the way. W James L Husam.
Oh, his beard was definitely short.
We can say Wames and Husam.
Anyway,
you know what I mean. El Sam.
So James,
hello, sir.
Coming on smoke already. I'm on just chill.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Fight. You and your Wisdom subscribers out here fighting me. Here's the thing.
Wisdom will cook you. By the way,
no Wisdom will not.
Wisdom will cook you. She will cook you in Dutch, and then she will cook you in English.
I deserve a DM apology from Wisdom. You know,
she will cook you in Dutch.
I want a whole paragraph apology, and she still hasn't apologized. So
she will cook you in English. This is what we're saying.
No, she won't. Now listen, let's talk about the game on the weekend. Liverpool 3, Wolves 1. Talk to me just in general about the game before we get into specifics. Your thoughts on the game, first half, second half, all of that. Talk to me. Is she
Nice.
Dutch?
Yes. Yes. Can probably
Ain't no
speak
way
about
she's
4
Dutch.
languages. You know what I mean?
No, she ain't Dutch.
She's Dutch.
There's no way she's Dutch.
Bro, I don't understand. I've just told you 3 times that she's Dutch.
There's no way she's Dutch. I think that's a lie.
Wisdom,
She
can we
lied to
just
you.
can we just establish something
Have
here
you
that
got
I'm
proof
not
that
lying
she's
about?
Dutch?
She's one of my most loyal subscribers. She is Dutch. I am going to know more information about Wisdom than you, Sam.
I don't think
Promise.
she's Dutch. Fair enough.
Promise. Anyway,
Yes.
let's get into it. Good game. Poor start. Was fuming about the start. Klopp even looked a little bit surprised. I was expecting that classical 12:30 juju or whatever the frick people call it. I'm just not down with that stuff, bro. Know what I'm saying? 12:30 things. I just think if it's a bad performance, it's a bad performance. And if it is a 12:30 thing, then Sam, but it's a completely different team now. So I just couldn't have imagined with the fact that it was directly a 12:30 kickoff there being a problem. Now, at the same time, there was loads of things that came into consideration. McAllister was away on international duty. Endo still new to the team, which is maybe a why he never played. Husam, did you ever think that? Did you ever think that in your brain? Maybe why he hasn't played much yet. Just saying. Gravenberch never played, even though
Listen,
he had
this
2
is your
weeks
intro
with
segment. I just want your thoughts on the game, James. I ain't trying to fight from the start. I just want to know
Did you not?
I just want to know your thoughts on Wolves. Can I just get your thoughts on Wolves, please?
That was coincided with my thoughts on Wolves, and I thought I'd have a go.
No, we will get to Endo Robertson, I promise you. Can we just get your thoughts on Wolves, please? Please.
I'm just saying the Endo thing was poor from you. That was poor. That was a poor, cheap shot.
No, that wasn't
you know
poor. That wasn't poor.
Back on Wolves, happy with the second half. I thought when McAllister went off and Szoboszlai sat deeper, I thought that was a much bigger improvement. Defensively, I thought we were sound. Quansah, we'll talk about him. We need to talk about him. Not because I thought he was bad. I think he's been really good. I just think people are a bit premature when it comes to...
sorry, say that again.
I think that Quansah... I think people are a bit premature when it comes to Quansah talk, pretty much. I just think they're being a bit too much too soon, considering he was out on loan in a Football League 2 team last season. Didn't really do well there when you ask their fans. And yeah, I just think it's a bit different, you know what I mean? But he could come in and do boss for us as well. Good game, though. Good game. Happy with the win.
Blackburn it was, right? I swear it was
No.
Was it Blackburn? He was alone?
Bristol Rovers, it was. Blackburn was Tyler Morton.
Oh, Bristol Rovers, yeah.
And I think there was someone else.
My bad. That's actually what I want to start with, this whole centre-back situation. Before I do that, big up to Net Power says, have you seen Pep laughing at United? Big up Sound James. I can't lie. That was definitely the funniest video I've seen all day.
What?
Bro.
What video?
You haven't seen the Pep video?
Would it be copyrighted?
No, I don't think it would be copyrighted. It's from a press conference.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay, let me. I'll find it now and play it for you, bro. This guy fully
I can't get enough.
Press conference.
Nah.
I think
press
conferences you could definitely share content from it.
No, you can. Especially if it's only like a 10-15 second clip.
It's actually 9 seconds. It's just,
bro, fact. You can do that.
As I find the video, the whole centre back situation, you know what it is? I don't know why the hell we were so much different in the second half. And I love the fact that we were different and we basically turned everything around. That's how it should be. Because the way we played in the second half is how we should have played all game long. Of course, I know you'd agree with that. So for me, the first half performance, are you just taking it at face value, or are you saying this could be something dangerous going forward if we don't fix it up?
The conceding first thing.
No, I'm just saying the first half in general, the first 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Slow starts have been a big problem for us this season, and it can't continue because it will bite us in the arse one day. But at the same time, you know, if that's just... It's better that we're actually winning these games early on, because you'd probably think if we were to concede first, the most likely time where we are to drop points would be early on in the season, where we're still not fully in our rhythm. But we seem to be finding a way. So in terms of that mentality monsters thing that we've got about us... I just think Jurgen Klopp can get a certain reaction out of players if they start a game poorly. And I think the reason why these players do start games poorly is because, in my opinion, without the implementation of the team and the manager the manager who created the team, I don't think a lot of these players are talked about the same way, which I know is very easy to say. But for instance, I don't think Robertson's one of the best left backs that the Premier League's ever seen if Klopp doesn't get him in his team. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't think Salah is considered one of the greatest right wingers of all time in general, not just Premier League, if Klopp doesn't get him. Does that make sense? And that's why That's why I think it's got to be important that Klopp can just get that reaction out of certain players. And that's what he done, lads. You can just see in the second half, it's just there's something about us that was so different in terms of energy, urgency. We weren't even moving on the ball. It's just, sorry, if one player would have the ball, nobody was making proper effort to move off the ball and create space. They were just standing still there like the Statue of Liberty. I'm thinking to myself, you need to start fucking moving. Show a little bit of agency, because Wolves are sitting with 2 banks of 8, even though mathematically that doesn't work out on an 11-man team. But still, that's what it seemed. And you've got to find a way to break that down. We found that way too late. Thankfully we found that just at the right time, but in other games it could become too late. So that's why, I'm happy about it, but yeah, it can be a problem if it continues. So it just depends.
I think going for before the thing, because Nilat Pal did ask for it.
But how strong is Arsenal? Yesterday saw the game against Wilson Park. They are exceptional, and Liverpool again. The mentalities continue there.
Manchester United.
Nah.
That's a violation. That's a real violation.
For a man who was nicked 4 of my Premier Leagues, or like 3 or 2, that was a star. That was a star. I like that a lot.
I can't lie, he fully violated Man United there.
Do you know when you disregard a motherfucker, that's when you know they don't matter. Like, you're not 100%. Even giving them a reaction.
That's like us with Tom Little, basically. Tom Little.
You would say is getting strays when he's not even here.
Yeah, Tom Little, the turbo wool. Anyway, so you know what it is with this whole defensive situation. I completely agree with James, and I want to expand on it a little bit. Look, this first half, I get it, we won and stuff, and it's the reality. We did win, and it's unbelievable that we won, and I'm glad we came back. But that first half, bro, we need to cut that shit out. Because I'm going to be honest with you. If it was a different striker to Matthew Cunha, if it was a bit more of a serious team we were playing, that becomes a bigger problem. If we have that similar first half against Man City, against one of these teams, bro, it's a long day. Oh, it's a long-ass day. It's so long because they would have generally scored 4 or 5. No exaggeration, just alone in that first half. I mean, Matthias Cunha alone, I stopped mid-watch along just to say, Alhamdulillah, that Matthias Cunha is their striker, because I think he could have scored 3 goals himself. So for me, that first half was very worrying. And the one thing I didn't understand from Klopp's perspective is he was actually inverting Joe Gomez, which definitely makes no fucking sense. That's the one thing that I'm just like, okay, Klopp, I get it. You're trying to keep the thing continuing. But the only guy in that whole team, who could invert is Trent. I think we all agree. It ain't Robertson. It ain't none of these guys. No one can invert but Trent. The fact that he was just trying it.
Do you think he was just trying it, like to see, like, can he do a job here? Because, like, Joe Gomez hasn't really had a proper opportunity to play the inverted right back, I think. So maybe he was just seeing if he could do a job there. Because what you then have to do if Trent is injured, because bear in mind, Conor Bradley's got a long-term injury. So what you then have to do is change your... And bear in mind the influence Trent has on our team. Like, a lot of our football comes through our frigging right back. Like, if Joe Gomez is now going to come in, systematically, we're going to either have to change significantly just to get Joe Gomez to fit in, or you can say, if you can do a good enough job here, then do that. And I think that's why we saw 45 minutes of an inverted Joe Gomez, and then the second half we didn't see Joe Gomez in the same vein. In my opinion, I think there was a bit of a change in his positioning and the team's positioning, which is what needs to happen. Klopp needs to be more versatile in his tactical choices. He doesn't need to just persist or try and make do. Like, don't try and cover a full-on stab wound with a little plaster. Do you get what I'm saying? And Joe Gomez for Trent, as an inverted right back, that's a huge problem. Whereas I do think you can easily get away with Joe Gomez playing the role of a right back and a right centre back. And I think Jurgen Klopp found that a little bit too late. I don't want to say too late because we won the game, but I know what you mean. It's like after 45 minutes of bad football, that can fuck you in the future. Don't do that again, because that was really bad. It was certainly... That was worse than Newcastle for me. That was worse than Newcastle because we had nothing for them on the ball. Husam was my thing. 0. So I just think because of the lack of quality, that's why they never got at us, as much as they could have. Cunha should have really scored as well.
that Cunha header, that one was like, how, yo, we're lucky here. Like,
Bro.
honestly, that Cunha header for me was the
He
moment.
even
Where,
had a
like, the whole
chance where he like skied it like past the post and the bar. That was a good chance as well. If you're the top striker, you're probably getting that on target.
100%. 100%. So with this whole Quansah situation, I heard you speak on the whole Quansah. You said they're jumping the gun. Can you expand on that? Because he was part of my three. He was one of the three outstanding performers, Quansah, for me in that game. So, like, can you just unpack it? Because someone might be listening to this and going like, "Oh, James is being
man.
negative again. He's
You know
talking
what I
about
mean, though,
Quansah."
innit? You know what I mean, don't you?
No,
So
just
I'm not,
unpack it, explain
yeah,
it step by step,
oh,
so the people get what you mean. Go for it.
of course. So first and foremost, I agree that he was great. So this is nothing to do with the performances that he's shown thus far. But what I will say, I think it's interesting when I'm seeing tweets from people saying that now he can be like a £30 million centre back, or, you know, we did look, Klopp was right. We didn't need a fifth choice because we've got Quansah. I think that's premature. I think it's premature because we've already seen an instance where Van Dijk and Konate have both not been available. So now we've got to raise the question, can Quansah, if needed, thankfully not needed because Konate and Virgil's back, but not, if needed for a longer period of time, can he sustain a title-winning defence? Not by himself, but can he be one of four people when we've already got liabilities at the back? I think it's interesting to make the claim that Quansah is automatically one of those top centre-backs. Now, that's not to say that he can never be that, but let's just not be too premature. He weren't great for Bristol Rovers, and they were in the Football League 2 division. And I understand it's completely different. But what I am saying, he's also 20, and he's only just got into the team now. That matters because why hasn't he been in the team previously, especially when we've had centre-back problems? So if he's generational, you know, you'd like to assume that you would have heard about him a bit more up until this point. But has he maximised the opportunities to this point? Absolutely. And I'm happy with what he's done so far. But let's not lower the urgency. What I'm trying to say is let's not lower the urgency on getting another centre-back. If we want Hincapié, go out and get Hincapié. Go and get somebody who's a bit more European proven and not EFL proven. And even in a sense, not proven because he weren't great. So that's why I'd sit there and say, still keep the agency on a centre-back in January, which I don't think we'll do, but go out and get one. And even if Quansah's playing great, he can now start being one of the replacements for either Matip or Gomez, most likely Matip. Let Quansah be that, but still focus on the additional body that you need in those positions. Does that make sense?
Yes, and this is where I'm going to back you up. I always tell people, and look, smart people are people who learn from their own mistakes and from other people's mistakes. Now, if you look at us last season, I always say the Bajcetic experiment, we need to learn from it ourselves. We need to be people who just learn from the Bajcetic experiment and go like, let's not make this mistake again. I think everyone here would agree. The reason why Bajcetic got injured is us, because we ran Bajcetic into the ground. We played them Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, Tuesday. We played them so many times, Bajcetic, that you just could not blame anyone but ourselves for Bajcetic being injured. So we ran him into the ground. So I said this on the match reaction that I did. I said, I don't want to see us playing Quansah the next two Premier League games. I don't want to see that. I want to see Quansah play this Thursday against Las Clins, and then the Sunday after West Ham, I don't want to see him touching the pitch. I want to see Van Dijk and Konate, Gomez right back, Robertson left back, and let's just keep it stepping. I ain't trying to see him run into the ground, because people need to understand, when you're a 20-year-old like this, you cannot be continuously under pressure to play football and perform for Liverpool Football Club week in, week out, game in, game out, because then you're going to tell me, oh, we have to play him in the Carabao Cup, and then we have to play him again in the Europa League, and blah, blah, blah. So this could be very difficult. And you saw him even cramp up at the end of the game anyway. So it's not like we're making up theories. He was cramping up at the end of the game. For me, the messed up part from our side, even though it's a positive, it is a negative at the same time, is the fact that he looked better than Matip. He looked better than Gomez. He looked better than anyone else not called Virgil and Konate in this team. And that for me is mad. The fact that Quansah could come in and people are already singing his praises like this is crazy. And the reason why it's crazy is everything James said, and on top of that, I'm supposed to be able to count and rely on Matip and Gomez. I can't do that anymore because now people expect something of Quansah. Now, what James is saying is temper your expectations because he's a kid and you cannot pin up your whole expectations on a child. That's basically the logic he's saying, which I completely agree with. So now... I saw that in your game analysis. By the way, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're subscribing right now. slap the like button, subscribe to the channel. Big up to Nilitpal, big up to Nadra as well for the super chat. I want you guys to run the likes up. 250 people in here. I want to get to 200 likes ASAP. Maybe Quansah can play against Luton, Burnley, Sheffield, but not Arsenal, City, etc. All I'm saying is, I watched Bachachet last season. I'm sure James Redmond gave him so much credit. So did I. So did everyone in the chat. We all said Bachachet looks better than Henderson and the established midfielders. And then you know what we did? We played them against Madrid. And we played them on the weekend again. And then we played them against Madrid again. And then we played them again and again and again and again. And he's been injured for the last 7 months. All I'm saying is, I don't want to see that happen to Quansah. Play him against Laskins. That's it. Play him against Laskins. On the weekend, play Konate and Virgil. Play him in the Europa League, in the Carabao Cup, in the FA Cup. That's enough game time for him to develop. I'm trying to throw him in the deep end. Do you agree with what I'm saying, James?
Yeah. No, 100%. Bro, that's all it is. It's just not being too premature is all. Because I think we've got a problem when we're sitting there saying Bajcetic can be the main six. And then when you break down his, performances at six, it's been fine. But I think we are very easy to go, he's 17, and for a 17-year-old, that was really good. And then I think you misinterpret that thought in saying, he was fantastic today, he should start above X, Y, and Z. No, he was good for a 17-year-old, and in fact, over-exceeded expectation. But is he still the standard that Liverpool needs in that position? Absolutely not. And that's the thing that I'll say about Bajcetic. And stats prove this. He played 5 times in that position last season, won one of those games. That's poor. That's poor. And that's not primarily down to Bajcetic. That would be intellectually dishonest for me to say a 17-year-old is at fault why we didn't, or we only won one of those 5 games. But it's too soon is the point. Same with Quansah. 100%. He's still got signs that, okay, it's fine to judge him off 2 great performances. Now, what happens when he has a bad game and, the world now starts to crumble down on him a little bit? We know the score. When we have a great video or a great week on YouTube, we're up here. But then let's say we go back down in viewership and it's not as good. We still enjoy it. But there's an element in that YouTuber where it's like, I want to keep improving. I don't want it to go down. How can I find a new way to keep bringing people back to my content? The same way Quansah wants to find a way to keep getting more people supporting him, make more of a shout to get in the team. But just don't make him the reliant option too soon is the point, because we do have a tendency to just overvalue certain players because of their age.
100%.
Bro, it happens all the time. But because then now if he has a bad performance, everyone's going to say he's shit, and that's not good. You know what I mean? So just about being careful and balanced.
100%. Big up to you, Nadra. Big up to Nilitpal. As I said, run the likes up, subscribe to the channel right now. And there's a guy you didn't mention there in your game analysis, Mr. James Redmond. Mr. From a business perspective, it makes sense to sell him. Mo Salah, 3 assists there at the end. Worth his weight in gold or in diamond. See, I love my subscribers. We're on the same wavelength. They know what I'm going to ask James Redmond. They already know, ladies and gentlemen. Your thoughts on the playmaker of the year from Egypt? Talk to the people, Mr. Redmondinho.
Quality. Gets in the right positions, lays off the passes brilliantly. Very, very good. Really enjoyed him. Thought he was the best player. Him and Szoboszlai had contendership, but I think 2 assists. I just need to give him the last one as well. It just needs to be a hat-trick of them. He was great. You know what I mean? And Mohamed Salah, for me, is, I do look back at the thought or the decision-making of being willing to take 200 million for him, and I'm happy that that's something that the club never done. And I can admit that in hindsight, I'm not afraid to admit it. To me, based on the information I understood at the time, I thought 200 million gets to a point where it's kind of like, okay, there is a business aspect to this, and that'll be massively beneficial. 200 mil for a 31-year-old, it makes sense. But then you've got to ask the question, if you're going to be intellectually honest, would Barcelona sell 31-year-old Messi? Not a chance. For 200 mil? Not a chance. Doesn't happen. That's what Salah is to us. Whether he is Messi? No. What is he to us? He is a superstar, and he's one of the greatest the Prem's ever seen. So I can definitely be honest and sit there and say that he's massively overachieved. And what I love to see, something that you noticed earlier than me, I think the evolution of his game in a sense that, okay, he still gets good goals, but now he's implementing more creativity in a sense.
You know what's mad? He was through 1-on-1 and he tried to pass it again.
I thought that was a bit of a mad. Are you on about the one where he got it a bit behind Diaz?
Yes, and he just wanted to pass again. He's like, let me get another
assist. Actually annoyed me. I was thinking, still don't forget to do your thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't forget to score
your thing to do. Yeah, fact. Yeah. Like, you've still got a golden boot to win as well. Remember that season when he won the golden boot and the Playmaker Award? He needs to do that
again. Yeah. Quadruple.
So yeah, we've always known Salah can get those assists. The argument that I've tried to make, which is what I think you and people like Nick DePalco come at me with, is that I've said based on a technical level, his passing is not as superior as a lot of people. But what is superior is the genetics, the athleticism, the positioning to get in the right places to lay off the ball. But it's very rare to see Mo Salah put in like a world-class through ball pass to someone. It's something that happens every once in a while, but a lot of the time it doesn't pay off. So that's usually
every once
what
in
I
a
mean.
while, huh?
What?
Every once in a while. So you
Yeah, I
still
don't think
you want to be petty even after the start of the season.
That weren't petty. That weren't. I was that petty.
Robertson,
That's
Diaz,
what disappoints. That's what disappoints
Robertson,
me with you.
Diaz,
That's what disappoints
Nunez
me.
against Aston Villa, Nunez against
The
Newcastle.
Robbo one's a little bit insincere to say that's a world class pass. No, I think that's a good pass. I think that's a good pass.
One.
Chat, am I wrong for saying that wasn't a world class pass? Am I wrong?
The Gakpo one.
Gakpo one was good as well. Yeah, I thought Jota laid it off to him really good. I thought
The
it was
Diaz
more of
one
a shot.
against Chelsea was that world class.
That one was world class. I don't think the other two were world class. I don't.
The Nunez one against Newcastle, second goal.
Reminds me. I'm
Second
trying
goal,
to think of the Salah pass.
Through
I'm trying
pass,
to think of
not the Danburn one, the other one.
I'm trying to think of it. I can't think of it in my head for some reason. I'm being honest as well, by the way. I can't think of it. Nah, because you might be right. Yeah,
you can't think of the Nunez goals. That's fair. The Nunez misses the 3 chances that he missed.
I remember the finishes on Nunez. No, you're right. I don't think these are world class though. Husam, you need to understand what I'm saying. I'm saying the technique of the
Quaresma cross wasn't world class.
I'm saying the technique of the cross wasn't world class. Technique is one individual basis on an overall passing thing. I know that there's some people in the chat who won't be able to compute what I'm saying there, but it's facts though, bro. Like I'm saying, he's passing at the right time, so his timing's improved. His positioning on where he passes is also good. His passing in itself, the technique of the passing, no, I don't think it's world class. But I do think that he gets himself into positions enough to where he does these things. But what does that mean? That's a weird movement. It looks like he could have a pair of bollocks. What are you saying?
At straws. This I downloaded this video just for you. This is James Redmond, right?
In 4th place is me.
Oh. I don't know why you're shaking your head at me.
You won, Jane.
Oh my God.
Enjoy the money. I hope it makes you very happy. Dear Lord, what a sad little life, Jane. You ruined my night.
It's my family, that lad, you know what I mean? No, seriously though, I honestly, like, I'm trying to, you don't understand what I'm saying. I think that's the problem here. Because if you did understand what I was saying, you wouldn't have a problem like the way you do, and the chat wouldn't be.
You know how I know you're being petty? You went to technique of the pass. That's so fucking specific.
No, what I am letting you know is that that's the claim that I have always made, whereas you believe the claim that I has always made is that he's been bad and bad and bad. No, I have always made the claim. Reason why I've just brought it up right now is because that's always been my stance. That has always been my claim. I am re-emphasizing the claim that I've always stood with, because you had a super chat from Nick DePal saying to me that, you know, what about the playmaker? So there's probably a presumption that I think Salah's shit. No, bro, I don't disrespect players like the way you disrespect Robertson and Mane. I don't. But, and I also don't need little side digs, but what I will do is I'll include one factor, which is that was always my stance. Don't you think that's important? Because what that is, Husam, is intellectual honesty.
Okay, let me tell you what's important. I've let you express your mind. This from Nelo Tupal is also what's important.
I'm listening still, by the way.
My argument was always how the owners are going to spend the 200 million. And this is the thing. So I never thought that we were going to spend the money well, and that's why I didn't want to sell him. Now, world-class passes this season, the one to Diaz against Chelsea, the one to Robertson, the one to Gakpo. Just
me and you might have a different way of world-class then. That's, I think, what we're disagreeing.
It's my opinion. It's my opinion. Because I'm considering as well, see how you want to be specific? I'm being specific. I'm considering the timing. 85th minute, clutch moment, pressure. The whole world is watching.
Play it denied that he's not a clutch player.
Play it into the feet of Robertson as he's running through on goal, getting ready to shoot that. So for me, that was a world-class pass. I go to the Aston Villa game. He actually had 3 world-class passes just to Nunez alone. It's not my fault Nunez can't find the back of the net. He missed all 3. That ain't my fault. I'm going to be real with you. So, look, I think Salah, I've always said this, age becomes a problem if the guy is showing signs of slowing down. when said player shows signs of slowing down and is slowly playing worse and worse and worse, and his form is deteriorating, and he's not improving, or blah 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 blah, that is when you can sit up here and you can say, okay, he's 31, let's sell him. And this from Nilot Pal was the whole time of me saying we cannot sell the guy because we don't know how to replace. And the proof in the pudding is Fabinho. We sold Fabinho. We still ain't replaced Fabinho till this day. That's the ultimate reality. No DM has walked into this club. We haven't had a centre back yet. Sorry if I don't trust said football club to go buy a replacement for Mo Salah, the best player in the whole league. And I'm looking at it right now, and that 200 million, that assist against Chelsea, the game against Aston Villa, the game against Newcastle with the passes he played, and the game against Wolves, I think you could put in a Jared Bowen in that team, and we don't even have 1/3 the points. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even think we have 1/3 the points. And this is where world-class players can always win new games. And that's why whenever I've had arguments with Arsenal fans, I always said, if I just remove 2 players from your team, and I give you Alisson instead of Ramsdale, and I give you Salah instead of Saka, you're sat here Premier League winners. So because I'm saying Premier League winner, it's because world-class players give you world-class moments like this. And that was a world-class moment for me from Mo Salah. So that's the thing. And the third assist should have counted, but look, fair enough. It's an own goal, so I'm not going to be petty. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Mo. That's why I wanted to keep him all along. I've always been logical about it, man. I ain't trying to say the best player in the team gets sold, and then you bring me Jared Bowen and you tell me here's the replacement. Come on, man. So, James, are you here, by the way?
Was those responses to me, or was those just like claims that you made?
No. That's not everything's a response to you, James. Don't worry.
Okay, no, that's why I was asking. That's why I was asking.
You're my brother. Come on, man. It's not always right. Sometimes it's love.
Because I heard you mention Arsenal fans, so I was like, oh, he might not be talking to me here. I thought.
No, I'm not even just saying James Redmond. I'm saying in general, because like even James would agree with this. His playmaking does get disrespected. The problem is they do act like his Jamie Vardy on the wing. That's what I have a problem with. So
I do think we need to be careful in having a go at people who was open to selling Salah for 200 mil. Now, here's the reason, right? Is that 200 mil, it's not like we're saying let's sell Salah for 50 or let's sell Salah for 40. We're saying 200 mil for a 31-year-old with our club. So let's say Barcelona, Messi 31, because Messi is to Barca what Salah is to us. But Messi leaving Barcelona, they can still go out and get mad players anyway. They'll find a way. Do you get what I'm saying? Liverpool, you would argue, don't have this same pull in the current day, right? Location, weather, wages.
Over Barcelona?
Yes, I don't think we're as much.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
Yeah. So the reason why I raised this is because 200 million is something that can go to our funds. And then you made an interesting claim, as well as... by the way, what's the gentleman's name who super chatted, just so I'm saying his name right?
Nilot
Pal. Okay, great. So
Nilot Pal, yes.
So the points that you and Nilot Pal was making is simple. So you're saying we wouldn't replace them. I think there's 2 case studies that suggest, because you mentioned Fabinho. So we sold Fabinho for 40, and we sold Henderson for 10, and we brought in how many players worth? And I do think we still could have spent more, by the way, but we did still go out and spend.
But we got Szoboszlai McAllister before them.
That's right. That is bang.
I'm not making the claim that we won't spend the money. I'm saying I don't trust the club to spend it right. Those 2 different
I get what you're saying. So now I get what you're saying. Okay, fair enough. Because didn't Nilot Pal say something different when his super chat? Can you remind me of his second super chat? Because I think it was something along the lines of.
Yeah, his second one I think as well agrees with. Yeah, the thing is, it was I think here.
Yeah.
They will spend that entirety of the 200.
So this is what I was mainly responding to, was this claim, because I didn't know you agreed with it. Let's analyze case studies of our biggest sales. Suarez sold. We went and bought a big influx of players. Now, based on Husam's claim, that's one that stands true. We don't replace them accurately, which is fine, but we replaced them with multiple players either way. Coutinho went. That's a different story. We bought a multitude of players and they worked out. So there's 2 case studies where we actually would spend the money that we got for these big sales. Now Husam's point is where it comes in and says, would we spend it correctly? So I do think we would have spent the 200 million or there and thereabouts on a various amount of players, which I thought could have been beneficial, as if Salah doesn't end up going for a fee, we might not be able to do that same thing. So if we could still trust in the scouting department in a sense, then maybe we could go out and get 3 or 4 gems, kind of like we did last time.
Yeah, but you already know who the replacement was, James. That's the thing. So I don't even think we need to theorize. You look at literally the articles a week later, Liverpool interested in Jarell Bowen. That's my thing. Like, we know the level of player we would have bought. It's not like you know what it is. I've told you, if it was a Vinicius or Mbappe, which is Salah's level, or even the tier below, which is up and coming, a Kvaratskhelia or a Leao, fair enough. But we don't even buy those players. We know that, James, man. You know who we would have ended up getting? Jarell Bowen, Cheikh Decore. I know they called it today. We know this, man. Come on.
Whether it to being Jarell Bowen or someone else, yeah, you're right. It wouldn't have been a name to replace Salah directly.
Thank you.
My point on that was just, is that at some point, the day is going to come, and if 200 million was going to be the way that he went, it's not the worst way for him to go. But I am happy that he stayed, because I think it is the greater benefit of the short term for the club, and even the long term. Like, Klopp even mentions it. He's a genetic freak, bro. Like, that guy will be able to play for a long, long time at a top level. I'm hopeful that if he does stay, I'm hopeful we're able to get him down on a bit of an extension, hopefully, because...
See, now you're being smart, James. Let's go. Extension.
Yes, of course. But now it's dumb if he doesn't choose to extend. Do you get what I'm saying? In a way,
no, that, here's the thing: if we go past, because you like to do past evidence, if we go based on past evidence, the guy previously has said that if it were up to him, he would just finish his entire career at Liverpool. He said that. He didn't make it up.
Now, has he said such things since Saudi came along?
I mean, why would he have to if he said it once?
Can we agree that information changes?
Yes, information changes. But if he's told you that I'd rather stay in the club the whole time, I mean...
Jude Bellingham's dad was twerking for Liverpool. He never ends up joining Liverpool. I'm just saying that...
Jude Bellingham never put on a Liverpool shirt to begin with. That's different.
There's a world where Mohamed Salah's stance of once wanting to play for the club until the end of his career might not be the same if Saudi come in with a lucrative enough offer. Maybe I'm wrong.
True. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, guys told us publicly he wants to finish his thing at the club. So khalas, he wants to finish his thing at the club. I'm gonna take what he said.
Will you be upset?
What's up?
Would you be upset with Mo Salah if he did leave then? Because he said that. Because you're saying a past claim that he's made. So he made the claim that it's going to happen. And information, it doesn't matter if Saudi's coming, because we're going off that one statement that he's made prior to Saudi even being a thing.
Yes.
Would you now be upset if Salah went, like, at Salah?
Of course I'd be upset if Salah went, 100%. I don't want him to leave.
Would you be upset at Salah? Like, at Salah directly?
More at club.
How, if the contract runs down and he chooses to leave for free, how would you be more upset?
If he chooses to leave, that's different. I'm saying I'd expect him to sign an extension if we offer it to him. 100%.
So if we get if we offer him an extension, you're expecting him to sign it?
100%.
And if he doesn't do that, then you've got a problem.
I mean, we'll speak about that then. There's no need to theorize. So anyway,
but I do think it's an important question, because then it just tests the honesty of what you're saying. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, I've already gave you the honest answers. But I look, I don't want to dwell on Salah too long. So now...
But I love Salah, though, innit? I've never called Salah bad. I've never said any of these things. Can we both agree?
You can't call him bad. So, yeah.
That's why I never called him bad. Because be honest, that's what the narrative is painted out. You act like I speak about Salah the way you speak about Mane and Robbo. You know what I mean? I don't speak about him that way.
I knew you were going to mention this. You're so shameless. Can you come on camera now, please?
All right, Husam. Jeez.
Fucking 300 people here watching you off camera. Speaking to James' picture from 6 years ago on an interview.
Good picture, by the way. Have you seen the tan? Have you seen the tan on this photo? Isn't that not a good photo? Husam, come on. You got to rate the tan there, broski. Got to rate the tan.
That's the red lights from Anfield.
What?
Chat.
That's a hater. Chat. Is Husam not a hater? Can we go? That's why there's a H at the front of your name. The H is for hater. That's what it is.
Actually, my name means cutting sword in Arabic. So now, moving forward.
It's actually quite a sick name.
Yeah. Big up to Nilat Pal. Big up to Nadra once again. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Even your bestie over here, the fraudulent Dutch Wisdom. Red lights from Anfield.
Wisdom.
She agrees with me. What do you mean? Yes, Wisdom. She just said red lights from Anfield, as I said.
I'm not like you, Husam. I can still praise people and say yes, even if I disagree with them. Know what I mean?
Wisdom can hold that. I'm very with you. So anyway, with the conversation you opened up, the whole Robertson thing. Yeah. What's the? I'm gonna be honest with you. I tweeted Robertson, you're fucking shit in the first half after we conceded the first goal. Now, you have to be honest, because I've been honest all video long. I haven't even been lied. Robertson, was he or was he not at fault, if even slightly, for the first goal we conceded?
Yes. Yes. It
Okay,
was a
so
team thing. But yes, Robertson had
Husam,
a big
while
part to
he's
play.
mad, tweeted, Robertson, you're fucking shit. That's it.
But that's gone back to bite you in the ass, innit? Because you're saying you're fucking shit, as in
It
to
has
say
done.
generally you're fucking shit, and he had a good overall performance. Would we agree?
Second half, unbelievable. Unbelievable second
But that's
half.
everyone. That's everyone. Everyone had a good performance in the
Oh,
second
I
half.
agree. I agree. I agree.
No one
100%.
really had a good performance in the first. That's why I'd say Robertson was one of the better players on the day. I do. I think he was fantastic.
Same. I put him top 3, 100%.
There we go. Yeah, fair play, fair play. I had to catch you for that because you like to dive into little one-liners that I say, so I thought I'd do the same with you, Husam. You know what I mean?
So the Robertson performance, what do you make of it? Because what I found interesting, even Klopp came out post-game and he's like, we don't usually see these performances from Robertson and I need to see them more. Like he said something along those lines. So I think even he recognizes there's been there's a bit of a drop-off from Robertson. So what do you make in general of Robertson's performance?
By the way, this is not towards you at all. By the way, I'm saying this to general people because neutrals massively disrespect Robertson to a degree that it's actually unimaginable. Luke Shaw will score a goal in the Euro Cup final and they'll put him on Robertson's level. Ben Chilwell will have a good couple of months. Oh, now he's on Robertson's level. Kieran Tierney barely plays, but when he plays, Robertson's level. It's great to know Robertson's the standard, but let's just be intellectually honest and say, based on resume, based on performances for season in, season out, longevity, which is one that people like to throw in, Robertson's class. Robertson is one of the best left-backs in the Premier League. I wouldn't go as far to say the best. I'm never going to say he's above an Ashley Cole, and you could probably find 2 or 3 other left-backs that surpass him. But when you say one of the best that the Premier League's ever seen, if you're saying Robertson is not top 5, if you can find me 5 left backs that are better than Robertson Premier League era, I'd be impressed. I really would. Because Robertson's quality, bro. And that's why people do need to be honest when it comes to talking about him. His performance was class. And you're right, we need to see that more. And in recent time, we don't see Robertson having that big influence on the game like the way he used to. I feel like before, we'd see Robertson on the ball for like 80% of the game. When he joined the club, do you remember when he played against Everton? I can't remember if it was an FA Cup game or a Prem game, but he just legged it up and down the pitch to just go and get the ball. And the energy that he inserted. It's like, do you know when Nunez comes on and the crowd is lifted? Husam, I don't, because I know it's way more difficult for you to go to a game than for someone like me who's 15 minutes away from the stadium. Have you been in the stadium in the past couple of years at all?
Nope.
No.
One day.
I'm going to need to get you to a game, lads. When you come in, I'll make sure to sort you the ticket.
2024, they're giving Jordanians free visa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so inshallah, I'm there, inshallah.
Happy days. Nah, yeah, definitely. That'll be sick. Because if you can come down then, we'll sort a ticket out for the game and we'll vlog that or something. But
imagine Husam x James Redmond in person with both of us on the same camera.
Hey, you'd see how big I am, Husam.
Piss off, James, man. I said how big I am. Might as well get Tom Little, our child.
He's 5'9" ass, just there chilling in the corner. We'll do a photo in order of size. You go first, I go in the middle. Tom goes there. But no, what was the point that I was saying? I was making a point there.
Robertson disrespect, which completely I agree with.
Yeah. So I just think that people need to speak about him in a bit more of a higher light. But yes, I do think that if he finds a way to get that influence on a game like he did before, because I think it's partly Robertson, partly systematic. I think there's it coincides there. But yeah, I do want to see him. I do want to see him getting involved more because I just think he's quality when he does. You know what I mean? And when he brings that energy, kind of like Nunez at a game. Why I asked you is because you would have seen when Nunez comes on, the crowd just uplifts. You know what I mean? The energy increases. Whereas Robertson used to also have that same impact. Whereas now I think there's times, kind of like Fabinho, where you just get a bit too comfortable in your position.
That's press against City.
Facts, bro. Like that's what Robertson would set the press at times. That's why I loved him. You know what I mean? So that's definitely interesting. And you know what, lads? If he can perform like that, we've got the best left back in the world again. You know what I mean?
So now, there's one specific topic before we get to generalities. I don't want to keep you for too long. Yeah. So the specific topic number 3, and this is a genuine question. You know what it is, James? Fuck the agendas. The press conference on Friday, Jurgen Klopp says he hasn't even seen McAllister yet. 30 hours ago, he was in Bolivia, and we have a game 24 hours from now.
Yeah.
Now, logic dictates if Endo has at least a little bit of an acceptable level. If McAllister was in Bolivia 30 hours before the game.
I'm listening, by the way. I'm listening.
Logic says that Endo needs to start against Wolves if he is good enough. So is this an indication that even Klopp might not think Endo's good enough?
Let's break that down. Because, okay, who started? Who was our main left back prior to Robbo joining?
Main left back prior to Robert joining? Moreno for a year and then Milner. Huh.
Yeah, and do you remember when Robertson first joined that Moreno was still chosen over Robertson?
Yes.
And do you remember when Fabinho joined and he never started straight away either?
Yes.
So I understand the differences here. We've got a top.
We've got no DM now, though. That's the problem.
Sorry, what?
We have no DM right now. That's the difference.
I hear you. No, I hear you. But you asked me a specific question on Endo. It was, why wasn't he selected for this game? As if to imply, don't you think if he was good enough, he would have played? I think there's an element where we saw McAllister, who, yes, hadn't been seen, but he's still been really good for us. And he understands the system probably more than what Endo does to this point. And we are trying to increase ball retention, which maybe favours McAllister more towards. Now, that doesn't mean over time Endo isn't going to find a way in the team, because Endo did have a world-class performance on international break. He's had multiple world-class performances in recent time for his internationals. So he has done it for the Bundesliga. So he's been one of the best players in a low team in the Bundesliga. And he's been one of the best players in a high-performing Japanese side in tournaments and in playoff games and stuff like that in recent time. So that's not me saying to you that he's going to be a Fabinho replacement. And I've never said that I want to see him start regularly anyway. I believe Gravenberch, if he messes up, I'm going to sit there and say the club have now 100% confirmed messed up of not getting a DM. And I do think that it's a problem that we might not have, that we might not get one. The claim I've always made is that if Endo starts, I think he can do a job. I've never thought he's going to be a league-winning player, but I didn't know we were going to be a league-winning team. We can always do better in the window, of course, but now I'm analysing him for what he is. I don't think that him not starting this game was a sole indicator to him being bad at all. We've known that signings are slow burners in the team, and it takes time for them to get in. So I just think over time is when we'll see whether or not he's a main option or if he's a backup. And I think either way he can do a job.
I thought he was brought in to do a job. I thought the job was, maybe when McAllister is feeling it a little bit, he would have started. But hey, I guess I was wrong. And when you say he's going to find his way into the team, I do agree with you. Last cleanse this Thursday, Carabao Cup the week after, he's definitely going to find a way into the team, because I just don't see
When did Endo get back in training? How long before McAllister did Endo get back in training?
What do you mean?
Did Endo get back in training after the international break?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I'm asking when.
No idea. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe he just hasn't been with the team long enough. You know what I mean? McAllister's had Premier League proven experience. It's a different league.
I'll be honest with you. I just don't think he's good enough, man. The game's the game. I hope I'm proven wrong, but I just don't see him being good enough. We'll see.
Because you can sit there and say, why didn't Bajcetic play, or why didn't X, Y, and Z play? You know what I mean?
No, but Bajcetic's coming back from injury. He ain't played in 7 months.
I think it's a case of McAllister's just really good, so he was worth starting.
I agree completely. McAllister's really good, but if he was in Bolivia 30 hours before the game and Endo still can't get a game away at Wolves, then in my opinion, that might be a bit of an indication. But listen, I don't want to dwell too long on a bench player. Big up to the super chats. Let me just read them before we go on to the last segment. Queen Nadra says Mane is better than Salah. Sam, stop being a Salah sexual. You know what it is, Nadra? These topics are beautiful when it's the international break and when we've got fuck all to talk about. I'm like, okay, you know what? Fair enough. Let's talk about Mane and Salah. I don't even think James Redmond wants to have a Mane Salah debate right now. Even he don't want to. Like, it's just pointless, because we'll have a game Thursday, 3 days from now. So no one trying to talk about none of that. And we just played a game like 2 days ago. So
plus, right now, you can't make that statement at all. Like, you haven't been able to make that statement for 2 years. And this is as a Mane super fan, we haven't been able to make that statement for 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, Husam will probably claim we've never been able to make that statement. I think there was a point in time where we could, but not now. And yet, in terms of having
Yeah,
a
yeah.
debate about it now, fuck that shit.
This was a debate in the past, 100%. I'm not going to claim it was never
Yeah.
a debate. That would be a
No,
lie.
but now it's not. Now it's not.
Yeah, Cave says, Husam, I want this consistency. I want to see your reaction from 2 years ago versus Napoli and countless other times when Trent stinks up the place. Here's the thing, Cave, and I'll be honest with you. I think we have a problem as football fans for asking for consistencies for players at different levels. I cannot show Joe Gomez the same energy I show Mo Salah. I cannot show Joel Matip the same energy I show Alisson. Virgil van Dijk the same energy I show Simicast. That's not how life works. Keeping the same energy is cute and everything, but when a player has delivered for Liverpool Football Club consistently, over a period of time, obviously we'd be a lot more lenient with him. Did Trent Alexander-Arnold drop an absolute stinker at the start of last season? Yes. But you know who also dropped the stinker? The entirety of the 10 players, including Mo Salah. How many times did we say after every single game, the only player that played well today was Alisson? And maybe some games we gave credit to Thiago, for example. The rest of the games, we never ever credited anyone. Mo Salah didn't get praise at the start of the season last season. No one got credit because they were all crap. Now, I'll be honest with you. I can't keep the same energy for Trent and Robertson because I think Trent is unbelievable and he's a generational talent. Same way I can't keep the same energy for Mo Salah and Diaz. Same way I can't keep the same energy for, let's say, Szoboszlai and if Henderson were still here. I can't. When a player has let me down, I have a different energy towards them, and rightfully so. But you know what with me, how I try to be as consistent as possible. When Robertson turned it around in the second half, I came up here. There's a reason why Robertson's on the thumbnail, and he was on the thumbnail in the match reaction. I gave him so much credit beyond belief after that moment. So for me, asking for the same energy, I think is mad. But speaking of same energy, make sure you guys are liking, make sure you guys are subscribing. Big up to Cave. Big up to Nilotpal, big up to Queen Nadra for the super chats. Love to every single one of you guys. Make sure to come back at 11 p.m. inshallah, because we've got the A-listers coming up. So please do like, do subscribe. And final segment, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't want to keep James for too long, because you guys need to understand, James is a bit of a celebrity. He has an autograph signing after this, so he needs to bounce.
Only a tenner an autograph, by the way, people.
So, James.
Online purchase.
When it comes... When it comes to Liverpool going
JRTV.com.
$1 million question. Wisdom definitely has 5 of those autographs. $1 million question. Are Liverpool Football Club in a position to win the English Premier League?
Right now.
Yes.
Right now,
they're sucking us back in, man. I hate this.
Right now, yeah. But so to Tottenham right now. So here's the score. You've got to really ask the question: can we sustain this?
Yes.
And if I personally was going to be a betting man, I'm probably not betting. What was the question? That we're going to win the league or we're title contenders?
I think contend. Positive and negative Liverpool fans would agree with contend. So let's take it up a notch, James, because you know how we like to do things on This Is Football. So. Can we win, not contend for the English Premier League?
Am I a shameless prick for thinking that we maybe can?
But explain it. Explain this. Why? Explain it.
It's not really off much logical premise, to be honest. It's more like, do you know that thing that we got when Klopp came in and it was just like an emotional injection in the club? And like, there was no reason to see it. Like, yeah, we got a great manager from Dortmund and whatnot, but we still finished 8th that season and we still were gassed, you know what I mean? I just think like, there's something about like this Jurgen Klopp, any Jurgen Klopp team where it's like the second you write them off, that's the second they come back and do a madness. You know what I mean? Like we chased the quadruple. Everyone expected us to kick on. We dropped off. We won the league. Next season we finished 3rd. You know what I mean? Like we've had a tendency to when it looks like we're about to kick on and we're ready to improve, because that's what it was like. We won the league, we're ready to kick on. We chased all 4 trophies. Now we're going to kick on. But we didn't. But it's like the second you get that sort of knockback, that's when like a Jurgen Klopp team, at least with Liverpool, like we tend to do a madness. So chat, I'm being so shameless right now. And I am being emotional. And that's never good to conclude decisions, which is why from a logical and sensible basis, I'd say no. But from what I'm saying right now, clearly, yeah, I believe we can. There's just something about it. You tell me when you see Szoboszlai, Salah and friggin' Alisson walk out on the pitch, you don't feel like a league winning team just for those players alone. Like, There's something about it. Diaz is cooking in a certain way this season as well. We missed Diaz in the last game. Can you admit that Diaz deserves to start
has
now?
been a lot better this season. A lot better.
In it, all rounds as well. Like all
But
rounds.
this is what we all asked for, by the way. We just wanted a bit more directness. Like, we love the dribble shit, but can you be a bit more direct? That's all we want.
He scores some great goals as well, though, doesn't he? Scores some belter goals, like overhead kick, acrobatic kicks. Like, just a nice dude, lad. Even Sobo, like, just the way he springs passes, the way he was able to sit back and just absolutely.
I found out he played right wing last season for his club in Germany, and he just
That's
played
wild.
DM this Saturday.
Yeah, that's wild. But he's got the ability to do that physically. He's imposing. He legs it constantly on the pitch. Also, he's actually quite strong. Also, I saw a stat, chat. Can you correct me on this? But there was a stat talking about him and Henderson and like duels that they'd won. And chat, correct me, but I think Henderson won like 16 of them. Szoboszlai, not one, or contested attempted 16, and then Szoboszlai has attempted like 55.
Yeah, that's true. That wasn't a lie. That's a true stat. First 5 games.
What the frick, bro? Like, that's the intensity. And
that goes to anyone trying to tell any of us we were scapegoating Henderson, by the way. I told you we ain't scapegoating nobody. That was reality.
Nah, he was poor. He was poor.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The energy from the team is what was missing last season. That's why I hated Fabinho last season, because he showed no energy. Henderson, same thing. Van Dijk at times, same thing. So it's like, but I didn't want Van Dijk to go. But Henderson had shown it for a long enough basis, and his age was getting to a point that I just don't think we see like anything to a point where it's like he's a league-winning midfielder. Szoboszlai, he can do a job anywhere, man. But I do think you're limiting his abilities at CDM. I think you do need to play him further up the pitch, or give him as many opportunities outside the box as possible, or on set pieces. Because, bro,
I just fucking wish, James, that this summer we just got a DM and a centre back, and our life would have been so much more different. I think me and you both would have led the charge on YouTube of us saying we're gonna win the league. Like, I would have genuinely fucking believed it. Had we just like not signed Endo, signed an actual DM, and then signed a centre back, I would have sat up here and I would have so much different energy. I really would have genuinely pushed the idea, because if like even Edson Alvarez that West Ham got, you put Edson Alvarez, McAllister, and Szoboszlai in a midfield. You give me a proper centre-back backup for when Konate is injured or when Van Dijk's out, like an Inacio or whoever. Bro, this whole potion is different. This whole potion is an elite potion suddenly. So that's the thing, man. So, look, I think pretty much the top 3 is guaranteed. In no order, it's going to be Liverpool, Arsenal, and City. So these
would you take top 3 in the Europa League?
No, I want us to win the league. I'll be honest with you. You know what it is, James? I'll be honest with you. Because we're 6-time Champions League winners, genuinely couldn't give a fuck about the Europa League. I don't know if you disagree or agree. Like, I generally don't give a fuck.
Nah, I do disagree.
If we get knocked out, would you like be that mad?
No. And from that point, I hear what you're saying. Of course, it's not on the level.
Thank you.
But Husam, you asked me, do I care about it? Of course I do. It's another European trophy, and it's the European heritage that's massive as well. You know what I mean? And I just think any season where Liverpool.
Chat, has James just lagged out, or is it just me? Guys, has James lagged out? Or is it me? Chat, someone help us, please. Oh, James just lagged out. Look at this. Final segment, he bottled it. Wow. Wisdom, is this your champion? Wisdom. See, I asked for DM apology, you fake Dutch. So James lagged out. So first of all, let's take a picture. That's what you should do whenever anyone gets lagged out. So let's just take a picture quickly. I'm going to make that into a WhatsApp sticker. So that's beautiful right there. Oh my God. I'm so gonna make this into a WhatsApp sticker. Look at this. Look at this. WhatsApp sticker right here. Perfect WhatsApp sticker. And he's back. He's back. Hello, James. Hello, James.
Was that my photo? Is that what it got stuck on there?
Yes.
Ah, shit. Oh, well. Cool photo. Snoop
Small
Hammers.
brick energy.
No, I thought that looks more like a joint. Don't you reckon? Like a little Snoop Dogg
Hey,
settings.
game's the game. So,
Game's game.
with the Europa League, yeah, can you just explain your logic before we wrap up?
We need to have European success. I think Liverpool fans deserve European days out. I think they always mean something. I think there'd be something quite cool. Do you understand the Dublin, like Dublin people and Scouse people affiliation, the way like we all...
Yeah, I know. I've heard about that, 100%.
Yeah, so like the only reason why I
But
raised
that's a
this...
simple question. Would you rather win the next 10 Europa Leagues or this one Prem?
Oh no, Husam, that's not that's one different question.
So
though.
deep down, deep down, you don't.
No,
Okay, let
because
me put it this way.
we're doing a lot wrong to be in the Europa League every season. I don't want to be
I
a
agree.
severe. You know what I mean?
I
So
agree.
obviously I am going to choose the Premier League, but that doesn't take anything away from that. The Europa League is
Please
still
don't say it like
massive
that,
for the
yeah.
football club.
So
Still big.
don't. So I'll put it to you this way: you don't give a fuck about the Europa League, but you give a
No.
shit about it.
That's an interesting way to put it.
I think that could be like the line.
No, I do care about it. No, I do care about it a lot. You know what I mean? No, I don't want to win 10 Europa Leagues because that means we're getting in the Europa League every season, which means we're finishing third in the group stage or we're not finishing top 4 and be fucked with either one of those. You know what I mean? But nah, bro, I'd still take Europa League. Of course, Premier League, Champions League, that's one thing. But give me Europa League while we're actually in it. You know what I mean?
Fairs. Anyway, listen, we're gonna wrap it up here. This has been an absolutely elite show. We got a WhatsApp sticker out of it as well. Big up to Kave, big up to Nilpal, big up to Queen Nadra. Make sure you guys are all back at 11 p.m. inshallah for the A-listers. We're going to talk about Chelsea sucking. Man United are crap. We're going to be talking about so many things. The professor is going to be on, Staff is going to be on, Lewis is going to be on, and Igal is going to be on. So we have a whole stacked panel, ladies and gentlemen. So everyone watching us right now, or on the replay, run the likes up, subscribe to the channel, and of course, we're going to go to the hero of the hour with no biceps, man like James Redmond. Where can people find you, brother?
You can find me in the biceps on James Redmond TV, where you get nothing but glorious content on a day-to-day basis, sometimes weekly, but mostly daily. So make sure you tune in for that, and hopefully I'll have better Wi-Fi for you. Big up to everyone.
Big up, James. Anyway,
Okay.
love you all, accept wisdom, and see you guys next week, inshallah. Or
We're
tomorrow,
doing the
11
Husam
p.m.
celebration.
Peace out.